Travis Wayne Goodsell. There's some disturbing news that's being going around as Senator, is she a senator? No, she's just a congresswoman. She got booted out of all her assignments for her abusive behavior. And yet, lately, she's in the news again for attacking AOC. She did a thing where she hung outside of her door as she held AOC hostage as she was being a threatening bully, demanding she come out for a lashing. And it's not just disturbing in the sense that she's a verbal bully. She's also one of several who tried to get into the Capitol building after January 6th, trying to sneak in a gun, and was denied entrance. So clearly she has all intentions for violent tendencies with her bullying. But she's stalking. And what I thought was interesting is that a person talking about this kind of behavior was saying, well, it's trolling 101, where you find somebody who's got more views than you do, and you just trash them on their channel. And in so doing, you'll catch the attention of others and hopefully build up your own ratings. And I thought, wait a minute, that's trolling 101? To go after somebody bigger and more popular than you? As you're a loser in life? And I thought, wait a minute, no. YouTube, in conjunction with Mormon apologists, as ordered by the church, as there's financial transactions going, because the church invests in Google and thus in YouTube, as the church also has their own channels with YouTube, and thus are popular and big. And yet, me, as you can see on this channel, in comparison with what I used to get, see, you'll see where it ended, because the view numbers are so extreme different. Well, that's when I went over to the TWG channel. That was intended to be my business channel, but the church shut down my business. See, I've never been big. I've never been popular. The church has made sure of that. My business was about Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian translation work, teaching people how to do it themselves, providing not only research publications that I've done, but also lessons on how to learn yourself. And yes, I'm not professional, and so I've had trouble dealing with Amazon's free publishing, but it's gotten me noticed for Paleo-Hebrew publications. That's my #1 seller, even though Amazon, at the same time the church was shutting me down, also decided, we're going to tank your royalties. Even though Amazon also suffers, nonetheless, I was involved in a coordinated attack to silence and shut me down. It's not your typical trolling. As I have stalkers who know I do not allow comments to be seen. I have to approve your comments. And the reason why is because I don't trust you guys. I've done videos where I've left the comments open and freely available, and nobody's taken me up on those. And they were specifically designed, okay, here's your chance, debate me. But you gotta use sound arguments. You can't use fallacy, such as ad hominem, that Marjorie Taylor Greene likes to use. You've got to be sound and reasonable. You know, Doctrine and Covenants. Let us reason together. And no Mormon will do it. I've had some who tried to attack me by saying, "Oh, you need to let us comment. You hide our comments so that we are silenced." Yeah, you're silenced on my channel. Okay. and so these guys don't get it. They don't want to get it. They don't care to get it. They're just bullies. All coordinated together as the church and YouTube helps incite these guys. And so, as nobody in the church will actually sit down for an actual debate, I will replay, using as my template, the Book of Mormon. Mormon apologists, and you can place yourself in this position. You will play the role of Korihor, and I will play the role of I guess it was Mormon talking about it, and then Gideon, who then is assassinated by Korihor. And so Korihor is the first one. Well, is he the first one? Because there was Jacob who encountered an antichrist as well. I can't remember if he also called him an antichrist. But nonetheless, Korihor is called an antichrist. And in this definition, it was that there should be no Christ. And so for Mormons, they do believe in a Christ. It's a false Christ, though. Whereas I'm the one who believes in the true Christ of the prophets. So here we go. Korihor responds, so Mormon apologist goes first. "Behold, these things which you call prophecies from Joseph Smith, the Book of Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants, and the Bible, which ye say are handed down by the holy prophets from Joseph Smith, behold, they are foolish traditions of Joseph Smith." They're all fake. You lie, Travis. Your interpretation is wrong. I've gotten these. These are comments I've received. This is how Mormons have actually believed. How do you know of their surety? Yeah, how do you know? Show us the evidence that Joseph Smith was locked in jail on the 20th of March, 1826. Okay, here it is. We have that document. Wikipedia will not show it. But those are the types of examples. "Behold, ye cannot know of the signs in the heavens that are coming in the future. For you cannot know that there shall be a learning of the Jews' Messiah." There's the difference. "No man knows the day and the hour," Travis. Even Joseph Smith quotes it in the Doctrine and Covenants. Yes, he quotes it. But what is different? That's what I've always tried to get across to Mormons forever and a day. Don't pay attention to what's the same as the Bible, which we already know is incorrectly translated. Look for what is different. That is key and crucial. And then he talks about, ye look forward and say that ye see a remission of your sins. And so they're saying that my God cannot save. My Messiah is the false God, therefore I cannot be saved. And so it is an effect of a frenzied mind. And this derangement of your minds comes because of the traditions of your fathers, which lead you away into a belief of things which are not so. I get called mentally ill. Not mentally ill, they use other words instead that are very mean and abusive. Abinadi, likewise, they use the word mad instead of a frenzied mind or derangement of your mind. Mad. Not angry mad. Mad as in Looney Tunes mad. So you notice a pattern of how people who speak the truth get treated. Right, Mormons? Alright. And so then Mormon goes on to tell us that many more things did he say. There will be no atonement. Every man fared in this life according to the management of the creature. Therefore every man prospered according to his genius. Every man conquered according to his strength. And whatsoever a Mormon did was not a crime. Because you're the true church. You don't commit crime. And so you notice the survival of the fittest, natural selection, all those false science claims that they call theories, but because they are already proven incorrect, they need to be dropped as theories. But they're not getting dropped. These were used to justify slavery. Alright. Man is dead, that is the end of it. For Mormons, it's a heaven and hell. Mormons have given up on the three kingdoms of glory. Because Mormons believe that if it's not the highest degree of the celestial kingdom, it's hell. And so what have they done? They've followed Lucifer in Moses chapter 4, verses 1 through 4. I will save all mankind, and not one soul be lost. That's Lucifer's plan. It wasn't, I'm going to keep everybody out of the celestial kingdom. No. He was going to exalt everybody. That was his plan. So Mormons, what is your plan? To exalt everybody? Yeah. Alright. So then Gideon, let's see. Going to be carried out of the land. It came over into the land of Gideon. Oh no, the priest's name was Gideon. Okay, so I'm wrong on. Am I? Is this not the incident? All right. So anyway, the high priest in Gideon is Gideona, and Korah tells him, "Behold, I do not teach the foolish traditions of your fathers, and because I do not teach the people to bind themselves down to the foolish ordinances and performances of Joseph Smith, which were laid down by the ancient Egyptians, to usurp power and authority over them, to keep them in ignorance, I follow Brigham Young's ordinances and performances in the temple, giving loyalty to the church, with a death sentence if I violate those." which was binding. You say that the Mormons are guilty and a fallen people because of the transgressions of Brigham Young. You say that a child is not guilty because of Brigham Young. A Mormon child is not guilty because of Brigham Young. And you also say that a learning of the Jewish Messiah shall come, that you do not know, no man knoweth the day or the hour. And thus ye led away this Mormons after the foolish traditions of your frenzied and delusioned mind. They durst not make use of that which is her own. Yeah, he's now talking about Priestcraft. You know, the Elder Eyring was caught. His paychecks stubs were released. He gets paid, and he pays tithing on allowances. He gets a living allowance and a child allowance because of his daughter. If you don't know, he and his wife are quite a distance away. And let's see. And then Gideon. Okay, and then so Korihor was now brought before Alma, and he lashed out at Alma. Blah, 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 you evil. And so yes, I'm getting this from Mormons. And here's now Alma's Counter reply. And it's a whole little thing here. Thou knowest I do not glut myself upon the labor of the people. I'm not asking for money. I don't get paid for my YouTube channel. I'm not part of the partner program. I started using academia.edu. I need to get back to that because I can't. YouTube forced, or Amazon forced me to raise my prices, and now they're trying to have me raise my prices for Australia because Australia has raised their prices, and so I'm being told, hey, if I want more royalty, I need to raise my prices for Australia on all my publications. There's no way I'm going to be able to go through all of my stuff. It can't be done. I have too many books. So I don't care to get money. So let's see. And so you guys know this. Not 1C9. So yeah, you don't get paid. But the church prophets do. They get paid. Let's see. Believest thou that we deceive the people and cause us such joy in their hearts? Yes, you cause joy, Travis. Believest thou there is a God? No, Mormons do not believe in the learning of the Jews' Messiah. Will you deny there is a learning of the Jews' Messiah? And deny, I say unto you that I know, I've gone over it with you in great detail. See, Alma doesn't. And so then he goes on to say, what evidence have you that there is no God? Or that Christ cometh not? That's a little bit questionable argumentative form, but I would counter Alma here and say, no, Alma, no, this is how you argue. We have signs in the heavens. Right there in 1 Nephi chapter 1, which comes from Revelation chapter 12, chapter 19. And so I say, what evidence have you that these astronomical signs in the heavens do not lead to a specific date for his coming in the latter days. That's how I would have reworded it. And then he would go, no man knows the day or the hour? Astronomy is a science. It's a hard science. We know the dates. Alright, so you are possessed with a lying spirit, Mormons. You have put off the true spirit. You have listened to your own opinions and beliefs and call it a spiritual witness. And thus the devil has all power over you, because you do not produce the fruits of your inspiration. And thus you are tossed like a ship in the sea. Remember that James passage? And you are purposely trying to destroy other Mormons and deceive other people around the world, as Wikipedia and online information from the church is wrong. And so then you guys say, show us a sign. Give us a sign, Travis. I've given you signs. They've happened. We've got more coming. I would expect them to happen because the other ones so far have happened. We're at the halfway point of the latter days. Those before all happened. People are now silent because in the beginning, when I first brought them out, before they happened, I got a whole bunch of people saying, oh, you can't know of things to come, Travis. You don't know. Yeah. Where are they now? Silent. 38,000 on that one video that's on this channel. It's my number one video. That was me pointing out the latter-day signs. And I was just in the beginning. I was still trying to catch up on all my education because nobody else knows this. I was taught about it, but nobody knows how it works. I'm the one. Just like I'm the one who deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. I'm the one who deciphered Egyptian petroglyphs because I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. The one led to the other. That's why you don't see the petroglyph characters in any of the sign lists by Egyptologists. Not Gardners, not Budges, nor any of the others. They don't know how to translate them. They don't know it's supposed to be translated. If you saw the interview of John Dehlin with Rittner, the Egyptologist that put John Gee to shame. There was one other guy that was involved in this discussion, and the one other guy brought up, well, Joseph Smith clearly from the Book of Abraham is referring to facsimile number 1 that he's doing a translation of. When he says that, you don't see his face, you just hear his voice. Rittner, whatever his name is, the Egyptologist, his face gets all concerned, as if he doesn't understand what is being talked about. Because he doesn't. All he knows is how to translate text. And he's learned a little about the culture and people, but you have to learn both to correctly translate. This is where petroglyph decipherment has given me added insight into the cultural traditions of the Egyptians that other Egyptologists do not know. I've done the video on this channel not too long ago over just one that shows how it's all tied together. But Egyptologists don't know that information. That is exclusive material that I gave you guys. And yet the church, YouTube, and Mormon trolls are purposely trying to suppress it so that you don't get that knowledge. And so, yeah, Mormons are literally struck dumb in that they're confounded. Nobody can come up against me with sound argument. Everyone loses. The only ones who think they win are the ones who get banned for their abusive comments and death threats. And you see people also come out and say, oh, well, yeah, all the people that are watching your channel, Travis, obviously you're right. That's an ad populum. That's a fallacy. That's not sound argument. Because like I said, the church ordered YouTube to shut me down and silence me. So, there's the debate. And I'm still going to get trolls. You're still going to see thumbs down on this video. But this is what we are faced with. The current church is nothing like Joseph's. I just did a video earlier today, again, pointing out that this church claims authority for the first president with Peter, James, and John. Oops. And I show in the thumbnail it's Moses' key for the first president. And Nelson never even brought him up. Ever. Not Passover, not Exodus, not Moses, not the key of Moses. He even talked about Elijah's key and neglected Moses' key. He won't mention him. He is an antichrist. Because to Nelson, if he acknowledges Moses and the key of Moses, he then has to acknowledge he's the false prophet, the false Christ.